is the reflection of waves by a perfect dielectric material normal incidence. So in this, the material is of perfect dielectric and the wave which is incident upon this perfect dielectric material, no energy is lost within this material. Okay, no energy is lost within this material. Some of the energy is transmitted to the other type of the second medium, transmitted to the second medium, and some type of energy is reflected back into the same medium. Okay, so this material is the perfect dielectric. On one side there is medium 1, on the other side there is medium 2. कुछ energy है जो transmit हो रही है to the medium 2 and some of the energy is reflected back to the medium 1. So for the medium 1 there is mu1 epsilon 1 and for the medium 2 it is mu2 and epsilon 2. So these are the notations used for the electric field. Incidence, I is for the incidence, R is for the reflection, and T is for the transmission. Okay, incidence wave, reflection, reflected wave, and transmitted wave. Okay, E is for electric field, H is the magnetic field vector. Okay, epsilon is permittivity, mu is the permeability, and eta is the intrinsic impedance. That is the ratio of E by H. So starting with the definition of intrinsic impedance for the medium 1 first. Okay, that is EI upon HM, because in the medium 1 there is incident wave and there is reflected wave, and both are at 180-degree phase reversal to each other. दोनों एक दूसरे के 180 डिग्री फेज रिवर्सल में है. So eta 1 is equal to EI upon HI, and from here HI is equal to EI upon eta 1. Mark it as equation number 1. And similarly HR is equal to, जैसे ये निकाला तो HR is equal to minus ER upon eta 1 because there is a phase reversal of 180 degree. Okay, and the medium is 1. So, and similarly HT is equal to ET upon eta 2. Now the medium is 2. Okay, the transmitted wave is in the medium 2. Now applying the boundary conditions, that is EI plus ER is equals to ET, that is the tangential component of electric field is constant, and tangential component of magnetic field is also continuous. So HI plus HR is equals to HP. Now using these formulas, तो ये फर्स्ट जो फॉर्मूला है तो HI plus HR is equals to EI upon eta 1 minus ER upon eta 1. तो ये हम यहाँ से लिखेंगे, ये फ्रॉम इक्वेशन नंबर 1 एंड इक्वेशन नंबर 2. Okay, so also HI plus HR is equals to HT as per the boundary condition. So comparing these two, so HT comes out to be this one, that is EI minus ER upon eta 1. Okay, now from the equation number 3, this one, it is HT is equal to ET upon eta 2. Okay, और ये बाउंड्री कंडीशन ले रहे हैं, that is ET is equal to EI plus ER. So HT is equal to, just rewrite this equation again. So ET is equal to EI plus ER upon eta 2. Okay, तो एक HT की इक्वेशन ये आ गई है, एक HT की इक्वेशन ये आ रही है, नंबर 4 एंड नंबर 5. तो दोनों को कंपेयर करेंगे, and when we compare both the equations, so we get this relation. ये रिलेशन बनता है और इसको याद भी रखना है. तो it comes out to be ER upon EI, that is the ratio of the reflected wave to the incident wave, is equal to eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta. Okay, and this one is called as the reflection coefficient in terms of electric field strength. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की टर्म्स में रिफ्लेक्शन कोएफिशिएंट. Okay, and how it is defined? It is defined as the ratio of electric field strength of the reflected wave to the electric field strength of the incident wave. Now next is the transmission coefficient. तो जैसे reflection coefficient को define किया था, तो similarly transmission coefficient is ET upon EI. And for getting the formula, ET is equals to EI plus ER as per the boundary condition. Okay, and divide both sides by EI. So here we get the transmission coefficient, that is ET upon EI, that is equal to 1 plus ER upon EI. So what is ER upon EI? That we have derived earlier in equation number 6. Just put down this formula here and solve for it. And upon solving you get ET upon EI as 2 eta 2 upon eta 2 plus eta 1. So this is the formula for the transmission coefficient in terms of electric field strength. Okay, so these are the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficients for the electric field strength. So similarly, we have to derive the similar formulas for magnetic field strength also. Now, for the magnetic field strength, again starting eta 1 is equal to minus ER upon HR, or ER is equal to minus eta 1 into HR. Okay, ये हमने already पहले लिखा था in the equation number 2. Okay, and similarly EI is equals to, that is for the incident wave, eta 1 by HI. Now dividing above two equations, so we get HR upon HI on one side is equals to minus ER upon EI. Okay, and what is ER upon EI? That we have already derived here. So this is ER upon EI, and minus ER upon EI is just eta 1 minus eta 2 हो जाएगा. So the formula for the reflection coefficient in terms of magnetic field comes out to be eta 1 minus eta 2 divided by eta 1 plus eta. Okay, this is the formula for HR upon HI. Okay, and similarly for the transmission coefficient in terms of magnetic field strength, so it is HT is equal to HI plus HR, dividing both sides by HI. Okay, and 1 plus HR upon HI. HR upon HI already हमने अभी निकाला है, तो just put down it and solve for the HT upon HI, that is the transmission coefficient in terms of magnetic fields. Okay, so this is the topic about the reflection of wave for the perfect dielectric material normal incidence. Okay, so starting with the reflection of waves by a perfect conductor oblique incidence, that means the wave is incident on a perfect conductor at some particular angle. Okay, it is not a normal incidence, it is oblique incidence. At some particular angle it is incident on any on the perfect conductor. Okay, when a wave is incident obliquely on a perfect conductor, it is reflected back into the same medium, and also it is transmitted to the second medium. So this is how the energy behaves. For this, it is reflected back to the same medium, and some energy is transmitted to the second medium also. So there are two types of polarization will occur in case of this oblique incidence case. One is we called as a perpendicular polarization, and other is the parallel polarization. Okay, number first is the perpendicular polarization. For perpendicular polarization, it is also called as horizontal polarization or E polarization. ठीक है, इसको horizontal भी बोलेंगे या फिर E polarization बोलेंगे. So the definition is, it is defined as the polarization in which the electric field vector of the wave is perpendicular to the plane of incidence. Okay. So this is our plane of incidence. इधर तुम देखोगे कि this is theta I, angle of incidence, and it is reflected back to the same medium, and some energy is transmitted to the other medium. This is the transmitted ray. Okay, और ये वाला जो एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस है, ये दो तरह की पोलराइजेशन बनाएगा. एक तो परपेंडिकुलर है जो कि प्लेन ऑफ इंसिडेंस के, और एक जो है पैरेलल है प्लेन ऑफ इंसिडेंस. Okay, and it is defined as the polarization in which the electric field vector is perpendicular to the plane of incidence. So that's why it is called as a perpendicular polarization. और perpendicular है तो इसलिए ये horizontal आ रहा है. ठीक है, horizontal axis पे जा रहा है, तो horizontal polarization भी बोलते हैं. It is also known as horizontal polarization because the horizontal antenna would produce this orientation of electric field vector in waves striking the surface of Earth. What is plane of incidence? It is a plane which contains the incident, reflected, transmitted rays and normal to the surface. Okay, so this is the plane of incidence. So these are some of the definitions. Okay, let the incident wave and reflected wave make an angle theta I and theta r with respectively with the y-axis as shown in the figure 5.11. तो इस figure में जैसे दिख रहा है कि let us suppose that theta I is the angle of incidence. ठीक है, ये हमारी बाउंड्री है, दिस इज अ बाउंड्री सरफेस विद द y एक्सिस इट इज थीटा I, and similarly the equation for electric field strength can be written as for the incident wave E1 is equals to EI, that is EI is the amplitude of the electric field strength, e raised to power minus j beta, beta is the phase shift constant, ये हमने लास्ट डेरिवेशन में भी किया था, an dot r. Okay, where an is the unit vector and r is the radius vector on the plane, which is represented combinedly, it is represented by the direction cosines. Okay, it is x cos theta x plus y cos theta y plus z cos theta z. Okay, where theta x, theta y, theta z are the angles made by the unit vector normal to the plane with x, y, and z axis. Okay, as seen in this figure. Now, from both these figures, theta x is pi by 2 minus theta I, क्योंकि theta I क्या था, यहाँ पे था. ठीक है, अगर तुम ऊपर वाली फिगर को देखो तो what is theta I? This one, and theta x is this one. So what is theta x comes out to be? Theta x is pi by 2 minus theta I or pi by 2 minus theta. Okay, and theta y is equals to pi minus theta I. What is theta y? This one. ये हमारी angle of इंसिडेंट रे है, इसका y एक्सिस के साथ एंगल, दैट इज थीटा y. So this is pi, this complete is pi, तो pi minus theta I. यहाँ से theta I हटा देंगे तो ये हमारे पास pi minus theta I आ जाएगा, और it can also written as pi minus theta. And theta z, this one is the pi by 2. ठीक है, it is at 90 degree, so this angle is 90 degree. This is the x axis, this is y axis, and this is z axis. Okay, so this comes out to be pi by 2. Now substituting this theta x, theta y, and theta z in this equation an dot r, ये वाली जो अभी हमने ऊपर लिखी थी, this one. Okay, that is x cos of theta x, y cos of theta y plus z cos of theta z. Okay, so this can be written as x cos of pi by 2 minus theta plus y cos of pi minus theta plus z cos of pi by 2. Okay, just putting the values of theta x, theta y, and theta z. And upon solving, we get as cos of pi by 2 is 0. So we get this term x sine of theta, cos pi by 2 minus theta, that is the sine of theta, minus y cos of theta. Okay, so this is the value for an dot r, and from this E1 can be again rewritten as EI e raised to power minus j, यहाँ पे पहले क्या था, an dot r था, तो now we can write here as x sin theta minus y cos theta. Okay, this is electric field strength for the incident wave. तो ये incident wave की equation बनी है. Now the electric field strength for reflected wave. So for reflected wave, it can be written as E2 is equal to ER e raised to power minus j beta a, and यहाँ पे dash कर देंगे dot r. And similarly again ER is the amplitude of the reflected wave, a and dash is the unit vector, and r is the radius vector. So this combined, it can be written in the form of direction cosines like this, जैसे incident wave की equation लिखी थी, in the similar way. So theta x, theta y dash, and theta z dash are now the angles for the reflected wave. Okay, this one is theta x, तो क्या हो जाएगा ये pi by 2 minus, है ना, theta r हो जाएगा. तो similarly theta y and theta z, so this can be written as, yes, theta x dash is pi by 2 minus theta r, and when it is equal to theta, it can be written simply as pi by 2 minus theta. So theta y dash is theta r, see here. So this is theta y dash. It is same as theta r. तो ये थीटा आर हमने इधर पहले इस फिगर में रिप्रेजेंट किया था. दिस वन, ये जो यहाँ पे थीटा 2 लिखा है ना, दैट इज द थीटा आर. दिस वन इज थीटा आई. ओके, सो इसके रिलेशन में ये निकाल रहे हैं हम. तो theta y dash is equals to theta r, and theta z dash is same again pi by 2. Just putting down here the values, solve it, and we get x sin theta plus y cos theta. Okay, and now E2 comes out to be ER e raised to minus j beta x sin theta plus y cos theta. Okay, So this is the electric field strength for the reflected wave. दोनों इक्वेशंस हमारी निकल गई हैं E1B और E2B. नाउ हमने निकालनी है नेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. ठीक है, जैसे कि हमने इंसिडेंट वेव की फॉर्म में भी किया था, उनका नेट रिजल्टेंट निकालना है. तो दिस कम्स आउट टू बी E1 plus E2 and this is E1, this one is E2. This from this equation number 4 and equation number 1 is this one 2. ओके, इन दोनों को ऐड अप कर देंगे तो दिस इज अवर रिजल्ट. एंड आल्सो फ्रॉम द बाउंड्री कंडीशंस EI plus ER is equals to 0, that is ER is equals to minus EI. ओके, फेज रिवर्सल शो हो रहा है, एक इंसिडेंट हो रही है तो दूसरी रिफ्लेक्ट बैक हो रही है टू द सेम मीडियम. तो जस्ट इट कैन बी रिटन एज, इस ER को माइनस EI पुट डाउन कर देंगे और EI कॉमन निकालेंगे. तो टेकिंग EI एज कॉमन, तो next can be written as E j beta x sin theta minus y cos theta minus, because here ER is equals to minus EI. So E minus j beta x sin theta plus y cos theta. Okay, तो just solve it. देखो यहाँ पे j beta x sin theta इधर भी है, इधर भी है. It can be taken out common. So we are left here in the bracket with this term and multiply and divide the right hand side by 2j. इसको 2j के साथ multiply divide कर देंगे and this formula comes out to be the formula of sin of beta y cos theta. इसका sin बन जाता है beta y cos theta. Okay, beta is the phase shift constant. Okay, and E j beta x sin theta साथ में same आ जाएगा. So it can be written as 2j EI sin of beta y. ये जो component है ना, that is y cos theta, we can write it as beta y cos theta को हम ये लिख रहे हैं beta y and beta x sin theta को हम लिख रहे हैं beta x. ओके, इसको हम लिख रहे हैं बीटा cos theta को, सॉरी, हम लिख रहे हैं बीटा y and बीटा sin theta को हम लिख रहे हैं बीटा x. So beta y is the phase shift constant in the y direction, that is beta cos theta. ठीक है, and beta x is the phase shift constant in the x direction, that is beta sin theta. Okay, so this equation of the resultant electric field strength shows a standing wave distribution of electric field strength along the y-axis. And now similarly the parallel polarization. Now first the definitions. It is defined as the polarization in which the electric field vector of the wave is parallel to the plane of incidence. Last definition में क्या था? Perpendicular था. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? Parallel to the plane of incidence and the magnetic field vector is perpendicular now. ठीक है, इस केस में, लास्ट केस में परपेंडिकुलर पोलराइजेशन में क्या था? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वेक्टर परपेंडिकुलर था, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड वेक्टर पैरेलल हो जाता है. ठीक है, लेकिन इस केस में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वेक्टर इज पैरेलल एंड magnetic field vector is now perpendicular to the plane of incidence. It is also called vertical polarization because vertical antenna would produce this orientation of electric vector in the wave striking the surface of the earth. Now again starting in the similar way, according to the law of reflection, theta is equals to theta, r is equals to theta. Okay, writing the equation for h1 because now h is perpendicular to the plane of incidence, so h की form में सारी derivation चलेगी. तो hi is equals to e raised to power minus j beta an dot r. So similarly h is the amplitude, an is the unit vector, r is the radius. So an dot r can be written in the form of direction cosines with theta x is equals to pi by 2 minus theta, theta y is pi by minus theta and theta z is pi by 2. Similarly same है ये, so it can come out x sin theta minus y cos theta and this one is the equation for h1. Okay, similarly for h2 here is e minus j beta an dash dot r. So this one is the equation for the with the direction cosines. So theta x dash is pi by 2 minus theta. Okay, theta y dash is theta and theta z dash is pi by 2. Just putting the values and this is the equation for h2. Now the net magnetic field strength h is equals to h1 plus h2. दोनों को add कर देंगे and just applying the boundary condition. But H के केस में boundary conditions क्या रहती हैं, that is HR is equals to HI. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सिंपली HI को बाहर कॉमन निकाल दिया तो अंदर प्लस का साइन ही रहेगा. ठीक है, जैसे E के केस में ये साइन माइनस का आ गया था, तो here comes out to be plus because HR is equals to HI. Okay, and just solving it we get this formula. This इसको 2 के साथ मल्टीप्लाई डिवाइड किया जब, तो दिस बिकम्स अ फॉर्मूला ऑफ cos ऑफ बीटा y cos of theta, and again beta cos theta is beta y and beta sin theta is beta x. Okay. Now this is the net result. Now to find the resultant electric field, so for incident wave E1 is equals to eta into H1. Okay, and EXI is equals to eta dot cos of theta into H1, and similarly its y component can be written as EY eta sin of theta into H1. Okay, and similarly for the reflected wave x component and y component, so x component is minus eta cos of theta H2 and y component is eta cos of theta H2. Okay, now the resultant is just adding the x components. Okay, EXI plus EXR, and it will gives you this result. And for boundary condition, that is HI is equals to HR, so this is the result. And similarly this one become here the final result for the resultant. This is for the y component now. Okay, both the components of electric field strength ERX and ERY have a standing wave distribution above the reflecting plane. Okay, so this is the derivation about the oblique incidence. Yes, here on your screen, the first numerical is any material with sigma is equals to 10 raised to power minus 2 mho per meter and epsilon r is equals to 10. ठीक है, mu r is equals to 2. How it behaves? A part है if the frequency is 50 hertz and B part है if the frequency is 10 gigahertz. मतलब क्या है कि इसमें तुम्हें मटेरियल के बारे में बताना है कि whether it behaves as a conductor or it behaves as a dielectric. ठीक है, so इस केस में we have to calculate the condition for the dissipation factor. ठीक है, तो what is the formula for dissipation factor now? क्या फॉर्मूला आएगा यहाँ पे? अभी हमने किया था, स्टार्ट ही किया था जो लेक्चर. What is the formula for dissipation factor? Yes.
Ma'am, under root ER by mu r.
So for the first question, dissipation factor is equals to, दोबारा बोलो.
Under root ER by mu r.
No. What is the dissipation factor? That is the ratio of conduction current density to the displacement current density. ठीक है, ये क्या था? JC upon JD था. तो what is JC? That is this one. ठीक है, या इसको तुम ऐसे मैग्नीट्यूड की तरह भी लिख लो, सिग्मा ई डिवाइडेड बाय यहाँ पे था जे ओमेगा. ठीक है, एप्सिलॉन टाइम्स ई था. तो दिस इज द डिसिपेशन फैक्टर. तो ई कैंसल आउट हो जाता है और इसका जब हम मॉडुलस लेते हैं तो दिस विल गिव्स अस द फॉर्मूला ऑफ सिग्मा डिवाइडेड बाय ओमेगा एप्सिलॉन. Okay, and what is given in the question? Sigma is given, that is 10 raised to power minus 2. So just elaborate it more. It can be written as sigma divided by what is omega, because frequency is given in the question. Okay, so it can be written as
2 pi
f, and epsilon is written as epsilon naught into epsilon r. Okay, and what is the value for epsilon naught? Now just put down the values. Sigma is 10 raised to power minus 2 divided by 2 पाई f को ऐसे ही रहने देते हैं क्योंकि हमने दो कंडीशंस चलानी है. वन इज f is equals to 50 hertz and another is f is equals to 10 gigahertz. Okay, and what is the value for epsilon naught? Yes, epsilon naught, it is 8.854 into 10 raised to power minus 12. ठीक है, epsilon r it is given in the question, that is 10. Okay, so now in the first case, a part, f is equals to 50 hertz. Okay, and what are the conditions for the dissipation factor? That if this value comes greater than 1, then we call that the material is a conductor, good conductor. And if this value comes less than 1, then this material is a good dielectric. Okay, so now solve it firstly for f is equals to 50 hertz and tell me the answer. So the answer for this is the first part, when f is equals to 50 hertz, our dissipation factor comes out to be that is 3.6 into 10 raised to power 5, जो कि मेरे पास बुक में आंसर है. Okay, and as this 3.6 into 10 raised to power 5 is very greater than 1, so the material will behave as a good conductor. Okay, so in this condition, when f is equals to 50 hertz, the material will behave as a good conductor. And now for B part, when f is equals to 10 gigahertz, what is giga? What is giga?
10 की power 12.
10 की power 12. 12 या 9? Just check it. I think it is 10
Yes,
raised
ma'am.
to power
9.
9.
9.
Yes,
Yes.
it is 10 raised to power 9 gigahertz. Okay, so this one is 10 into 10 raised to power 9 hertz. Okay, now put down the value of frequency as 10 into 10 raised to power 9 and solve for the dissipation factor again and check that how the material behaves at this frequency.
लेस देन 1 आ गए मानो ये तो.
Yes. Okay, now for at this frequency, the dissipation factor comes out to be 18 into 10 raised to power minus 4. Okay, and now this value is very less than 1. So it will, at this frequency, the material will behave as a good dielectric. Okay, so this type of numerical be there in the paper. Okay, now the next one is this second numerical. And in this second numerical, you have to find out the reflection coefficient, and transmission coefficient for electric field wave traveling from air to the another medium with mu r is equals to 1 and epsilon r equals to 4 through dielectric. That means perfect dielectric का case लगेगा, and you have to find out the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient. Yes, for the second numerical solution. So what is reflection coefficient? It is ER upon EI. ठीक है, ये अभी हमने जो derivation में किया, that is ER upon EI, and this the formula is eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1. So this is the formula for the reflection coefficient. And for the transmission coefficient, so it is ET upon EI, and the formula for this is 2 eta 2 upon eta 1 plus eta 2. Okay, so the main motive is to calculate eta 1 and eta 2. ये निकालने. So eta 1, eta is the ratio of the E by H. ठीक है, that is further equals to the square root of mu naught by epsilon naught if it is a air. ठीक है, अब जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा वेव इज ट्रेवलिंग फ्रॉम एयर टू अनदर मीडियम विद म्यू आर इज इक्वल टू दिस एंड एप्सिलॉन आर इज इक्वल टू दिस। एयर से दूसरे मीडियम में वेव ट्रेवल कर रही है, सो ईटा 1 इज इक्वल्स टू म्यू नॉट अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नॉट। Okay, and what is eta 2? It is equals to mu upon epsilon. Okay, and we can further write it as mu naught mu r divided by epsilon naught epsilon r, or you can also write it as just, or firstly solve it for this. When you put down here the values, so this will gives you, ये हमने ऑलरेडी डेरिवेशन कर रखी है, तो इसका जो आंसर आता है तो दैट इज 377। ठीक है, व्हेन यू पुट डाउन हियर द वैल्यूज फॉर म्यू नॉट एंड एप्सिलॉन नॉट, ठीक है, तो यू गॉट 377 और 125। ओके, एंड सिमिलरली नाउ फॉर दिस ईटा 2, इट कैन बी रिटन एज म्यू नॉट अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नॉट into mu r upon epsilon r. Okay, so this is 377, so it can be written as 377 multiplied by the square root of what is mu r, it is 1 by, and mu epsilon r is 4. Okay, just solve it, you got eta 2, and
Ma'am,
then
188.
finally this one eta 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is 188, साथ में भी कुछ आ रहा है डेसिमल में, 188.5 it is,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 5.5.
it is 188.5 आ रहा है आंसर। ठीक है, and just use these values eta 1 eta 2 and now solve for the er upon ei, that is the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient. Yes, जस्ट इसके आंसर्स निकालने हैं। तो इस तरह के न्यूमेरिकल्स पेपर में हो सकते हैं कि जो सिंपल न्यूमेरिकल्स है ये, तो कई बार इनकी डेरिवेशंस नहीं आएंगे, तो ये न्यूमेरिकल्स हो सकते हैं एग्जाम में। यस, नाउ टेल मी द आंसर्स फॉर ER upon EI and then ET upon EI. Yes, ER upon EI comes out to be minus 0.33. This one is the correct answer. So the reflection coefficient is minus 0.33. Units कुछ नहीं है इसके, ठीक है, no units are there. And what is for ET upon EI, that is the transmission coefficient. दोबारा बोलो एक बार।
Ma'am, 0.666.
Ma'am, 0.666.
Yes, तो मेरे पास जो आंसर है that is 0.67. Okay, so these are the answers for the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient. So इनकी definitions, इनके formulas, ठीक है, ये important है, it must be there. Okay. So these are the two numericals related to today's topic.